So the first lesson, this is my the third the YouTube class, reproduction in organism. You learnt in the previous classes about the types of reproduction, like asexual reproduction, vestigial reproduction. You learnt in detail. Today, the third type of reproduction is the sexual reproduction. The third type of reproduction is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is also called amphimixis. Now, what is the meaning of sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is a method of reproduction in which there is a fusion of male and female gametes. There is a fusion of male and female gametes of the same individual or of different individuals of the same species to produce next generation is a sexual reproduction. What is the meaning of sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction, it is defined as the process of formation of new individuals by the fusion of male and female gametes of the same individuals or different individuals of the same species. See, sexuality in organisms. Sexuality in organisms. What is this sexuality in organisms? In all the sexually reproducing organisms, gametes are produced in gonads. In all the sexually reproducing organisms, gametes are produced in gonads. Which are the gonads? See, male gonad is called testis. Male gonad is called testis and female gonad is called ovary, right? Where the gametes are produced? Gametes are produced in a gonads. The male gonad is called testis and female gonad is called ovary. Testis produce a gamete called sperm. Testis produce a gamete called sperm and ovary produce a gamete called egg. What are collectively called? Sperm and egg are collectively called gametes. They are also called sex cells. Where they are produced? They are produced in a gonads, right? Male gonad is the testis, female gonad is the ovary. In the male gonad, testis, see sperms are produced. In the female gonad, that is the ovary, eggs are produced. Egg is produced, right? See, these gametes like sperm and egg may be produced by same individuals or may be produced by different individuals of the same species. Gametes are produced in the same individuals or different individuals. If gametes are produced in the same individual, see, such kind of organisms are called bisexual. What is the meaning of bisexual? Bisexual mean, see, the male gamete called sperm and female gamete called egg, both these gametes are produced in the same individual. See, such individual are called bisexual. Then unisexual. What is the meaning of unisexual? Unisexual mean, see, the organism which produce gametes of one type. For example, organism produce the male gamete sperm, male gamete called sperm. The same individual will not produce female gamete, the egg. Male and female gametes are produced by different individuals of the same species. See, such individuals are called unisexual. right? What is the meaning of hermaphrodite? Where this word hermaphrodite is used. Hermaphrodite, it is also called bisexual condition of an organism, especially used in lower group of animals like hydra. For example, hydra. What are hermaphrodites? Hermaphrodites mean both male gametes and female gametes produced by same individual, hence the individual is bisexual. Hermaphrodite. In case of gymnosperms, see the word used is monoecious and dioecious. Monoecious and dioecious. See, the name indicates itself, mono, single, di, two. Monoecious mean these words are used especially in case of gymnosperms. Monoecious is the bisexual condition. That means the gymnospermic plant which produce both male gamete and female gamete. A single gymnospermic plant, a single plant produce both male gamete and female gamete. Such a condition of the gymnospermic plant is called monoecious. Then dioecious. Dioecious, they are unisexual. They are unisexual. That means, say a gymnospermic plant, here male plant is separate and female plant is separate. Male plant produce male gamete and female plant produce female gamete. A best example for dioecious, that is unisexual, is cycas. You all studied in previous classes. Might have heard about the cycas in previous class. See, male plant is separate and female plant is separate. Male plant produce microsporophyll and female plant produce megasporophyll. In the microsporophyll, microspores are produced, and in the megasporophyll, megaspores are produced. Such condition is monoecious and dioecious, generally used in gymnospermic plant. In case of fungi, say homothallic and heterothallic. Homothallic and heterothallic. See, homo same, hetero different. Same individual, different individuals of the same species. What does mean by homothallic? Homothallic mean a single thalli, a single thallus which produce both male and female gametes. It is a thallus. Consider the duster itself is a thallus. See, this thallus will produce the male gamete and female gamete. See, is the homothallic. Then heterothallic. Heterothallic means, see, a thallus either produce male gamete or produce female gamete. It not produce, see, two gametes like male and female gamete. Where it is used? It is used in the group of organisms like fungi, the homothallic and heterothallic. Sperms, see the terms as I told earlier, used is bisexual and unisexual. Bisexual and unisexual. In case of unisexual plants, say a plant have, if plant produce, right, only the stamens. If plant produce only the stamens, see, or the flower produce only the stamens, such flowers are called staminate. What is the meaning of staminate? Here, see, the plant is unisexual, male. That male plant have male reproductive structure called andrecium, and individual unit of andrecium is called the stamen, where gynoecium is absent. Such flower, see, is called staminate flower. Clear? What is the meaning of staminate flower? Staminate flower means a flower have only stamens without the female sexual structures like gynoecium. Then, see, in few plants, a flower have only gynoecium. A flower have only gynoecium. The other name of gynoecium is called pistil. And those flowers which produce only pistil, see, such plants are called pistillate. Got the difference between staminate flower and pistillate flower. Pistillate flower, which say the flower which produce only the pistil, where androecium is absent. Staminate flower is the one which produce only the stamens, where gynoecium is absent. Hence, in both the case, see, flowers are unisexual. Phases of life cycle. See, each and every individual have certain periods from birth to death. That period is called lifespan. In this lifespan, each and every individual pass through 3 stages, pass through 3 phases in their life cycle. See, first phase is the juvenile phase. First phase is the juvenile phase. It is also called vegetative phase in case of plants. Second is the reproductive phase. And third is the senescent or aging phase. What are these 3 stages? These 3 stages are the phases of life cycle which pass through each and every individuals. First is the juvenile phase. See, generally the word juvenile phase is used in case of animals, and it is used in case of plants, the vegetative phase. When the juvenile phase is begin, when the vegetative phase is begin, and what happen during juvenile phase or vegetative phase? See, juvenile phase or vegetative phase is the beginning phase of life cycle. It is a beginning phase of life cycle in which there is a growth and maturity occur. Growth and maturity occur in an individual before reproduction. Before reproduction, there is a growth and attaining maturity. When it occur in a stage or phase called juvenile phase in case of animals, and vegetative phase in case of plants. Take an example of any organisms. Take an example of plant. See, plant, it is growing, it is attaining maturity before it produce flower. Before it produce flower or before it undergoes reproduction. Such period is called juvenile phase or vegetative phase. One more example for the juvenile or vegetative phase with reference to animal, with reference to human being, is from age 1 to age 14. From age 1 to age 14, where there is a growth and maturation occur before reproduction. Such phase is the juvenile phase. Clear? Then second is the reproductive phase. The end of the juvenile phase or vegetative phase is the beginning of reproductive phase. Right? The end of the juvenile phase or the vegetative phase is the beginning of reproductive phase. Right? That means during reproductive phase, reproduction occurs. During juvenile phase, there is a growth and maturity. As the maturity occurs, the organism is ready for reproduction. When this reproduction, what is the phase where reproduction occur? The phase where reproduction occur is called reproductive phase. Right? In case of flowering plants, formation of Formation of flower is the beginning of reproductive phase. Right? In case of animals like human being, see, if an individual like the male or the female, they start to produce gametes. They start to produce gametes is the beginning of reproductive phase. First, in case of flower, in case of plants, the beginning of the formation of flower is the beginning of reproductive phase. See, some plants will produce flower seasonally. Some plants which produce flower seasonally, and some plants will produce flower, right, occasionally. I will give you 2 examples. See, hibiscus plant produce flower each and every year. Hibiscus plant. Rose plant will produce flower each and every year. But it is not applicable to all the plants with few exceptions. See, the plants like Neelakuranji. Make a point, this one. The plants like Neelakuranji, it is botanically called Strobilus kunthiana. The common name is Neelakuranji. The scientific name is Strobilus kunthiana, which produce flower once in 12 years. Once in 12 years. Then plant like bamboo. Plant like bamboo which produce flower once in their lifetime. See this. Might understand. See, by comparing with the flowers like the hibiscus plant produce flower each and every year, but the plant like Neelakuranji produce flower once in 12 years. That means reproduction occur once in 12 years, and in the plant like bamboo produce flower once in their lifetime. In case of animals, see, some animals are continuous breeders. Some animals are continuous breeders and some animals are seasonal breeders. Seasonal breeders. What is the meaning of continuous breeders and seasonal breeders? Continuous breeders mean those animals which reproduce throughout the year. Those animals which reproduce throughout the years are called continuous breeders, and those animals which reproduce seasonally, once in 2 years, once in 3 years, or once in 6 years, not in a continuous year. See, such animals are called seasonal breeders. Continuous breeders exhibit a cyclic event called menstrual cycle. Continuous breeders exhibit or shows a cyclic event called menstrual cycle, and seasonal breeders shows a cyclic event called estrus cycle. Estrus cycle. See, what is the meaning of menstrual cycle and estrus cycle? Menstrual cycle is a cyclic event which takes place once in every 28 days. Menstrual cycle is a cyclic event which takes place once in every 28 days during reproductive phase. What is estrus cycle? Estrus cycle is also a cyclic event, may takes place once in 3 months, once in 6 months, once in a year. Clear? Got the difference between menstrual cycle and estrus cycle? Menstrual cycle takes place once in every 28 days of reproductive phase, and estrus cycle which not takes place once in month or once in 28 days, it may occur, it may takes place once in 3 months, once in 6 months, once in 9 months, once in a year in a female organism. An example for menstrual cycle is primates. Primates like human being. Primates like human female. Primates like human female. ರೈಟ್. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಋತುಚಕ್ರ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಮೆನ್ಶುಯಲ್ ಸೈಕಲ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? 28 ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಈಸ್ಟ್ರಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಕರ್ ಇನ್ ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರೈಮೇಟ್ಸ್. ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರೈಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ cow, sheep. So in such organism, estrous cycle occur. Hence, those organisms exhibiting menstrual cycle, they are called continuous breeders, and those organisms which exhibit estrous cycle are the seasonal breeders. If any doubts about the topic which I discussed today, we can clarify such kind of doubts in the live class. See, go through, especially observe this wordings carefully. You can easily understand the definition, especially like continuous breeders and seasonal breeders.